Not that song.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
episode 1706. 1706. I'm your host, Mike Matthews, broadcasting from Cafe Anyway, located somewhere in Podcastro Valley, Mont. I guess it's a Wednesday show. Hey, we got to 480 subscribers, or 480 robots that are, or bots that are listening to the show. Welcome.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
We're so happy to have you, wonderful robots, listening to the show. That's
Mike's
sweet.
Daily Podcast.
Oh, I bumped into myself on my show where I try not to sing when I sing, and that's something I do. It's kind of a thing. Hey, I had to unfriend someone because they were posting too many pictures on Facebook and lots of fixtures. The pictures were all about their newborn baby. Can you believe
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Can you believe that? That's great. I am a person that welcomes
Mike's
new humans
Daily
to planet Earth by
Podcast.
unsubscribing your parents
Yeah.
because they have to post 7,000 pictures of you on stupid Facebook. Hey, this is the Bash Facebook Show podcast where I bash the Facebook. This show today has a little bit to do with touting the fact that last show I broke news. I broke other things too. I may have also broken a leg, but no. I just want to say hi out to some people that just walked into Cafe Anyway. But yeah, we did have breaking news last show, on the as close as I get to breaking news, where I talked about how the professor in Palo Alto, who apparently is no longer in Palo Alto. Look who else walked in. Oh my God! I can't get a friggin' thought out of my head today because everybody's walking in on me. Ugh! What was I saying? Oh, hello. Oh my God. Oh my God, you're right. Everything's interrupting everybody today. It's like so annoying. That's true, Chely Shoehart. Mike Matthews, I'm Chely Shoehart, the gift shop supervisor. That's great. My point was that the professor in Palo Alto, her last name is Ford or Blase.
And here's today's podcast picture.
Depending on what news source you listen to. Because apparently she wants to have her last name, she wants to be Blase. But she wants to drop the Ford. But then a lot of people are calling her Professor Ford. So whatever. The one who said, hi, Basil! Oh, the birthday dog. And the podcast picture is going to have to do with the birthday dog. It is because yesterday we sang him happy birthday. He turned 10. Double digits. And that's just fantastic. Because, first off, he's a boxer. And boxers have been known to have all kinds of health issues. They get tumors. Their hearts can go early. But he somehow has stuck around, and I am so ever so thankful. Thankful. And we had a great time with him yesterday, my lovely lady friend and I. She got him this cool, like, big... Well, you'll see it in the podcast picture. It's this big biscuit, dog biscuit, shaped like a bone. But it's covered in not chocolate, but like this dog-friendly chocolate. I think, like, carob things, and peanut butter. And I stuck a little birthday candle on it, and I think you can see there's like two little candies saying 10. And we gave it to him, and he was so happy, and my lovely lady friend recorded some video. Oh, so much fun. Did that yesterday afternoon when I got home from work. And just took him for a nice walk, and it's good. You know, he's been a great friend. There was a country song, that it wasn't a huge hit, but I remember it got a lot of requests, and you could probably still hear it on an internet radio station. It was a group called Pirates of the Mississippi, and it was a song called Feed Jake. And the lyrics went, and if I die before I wake, feed Jake. He's been a good dog, my best friend, right through it all. If I die before I wake, feed Jake. And I got to meet Pirates of the Mississippi. We were doing a concert with them. Or they were in Long Beach. Oh, that's right. So Ventura is like 4 hours from Long Beach with all the traffic and everything. So they had chartered us a bus. The station somehow got a bus. And I had to be on this bus with this was in the mid-90s. And we went down with these listeners that had won to Long Beach that was trying to get some big country concert thing going. But I remember there was like nobody there. It was that big grassy field. Oh, which they tore out, I think, and they put an aquarium there now. The point is, we get down there, and as part of the deal, Pirates of the Mississippi would get on the bus, because they were the headliners, and they'd say hi to us. And they did. And I was reading at the time A Prayer for Owen Meany. This is back when I used to read by the great author, the troubling author. And I can't read anything he does anymore, because he's too verbose, just gets into too many things, and gets into all kinds of disturbing imagery. But he's a very smart man, smart author, Jonathan Irving. He also wrote The World According to Garp and The Cider House Rules, and those movies have very disturbing parts in them, if you see those, and the books as well. So I'm reading that, and the lead singer goes, "Oh, I'm reading that too. That's a good book." So I had a bonding moment with the lead singer, who I forget his name, but it was an interesting song. The point is, Basil had a birthday yesterday, and we celebrated, and some other people walked in. "Oh, Mike, this is Floyd the Floorman!" "And this is John Deere, the engineer. We couldn't get to the microphone when you introduced us in time." Mm-hmm. "Oh, yeah, because we have the microphone all the way over here." "Yes. This is important that we establish that here at Cafe Anyway, we have only one microphone.
Anyway.
So everybody has to come up to this microphone to talk." "Yeah. I don't like being on this microphone, Mike. It hurts me. It offends me."
But if you get offended, that's the way the cookie crumbles. No.
You're offended by everything these days, Floyd. I know. So offensive. 480 people subscribing to the... And that means that if it stays at 480 today, that it's magic, because that's amazing. And we're going to make a big sound effect go like... Machi, machi. There. Anywho. So we broke the news yesterday that Professor Blase Ford, Christina Blase Ford, I think is her full name, from Palo Alto, said that, well, she did not return, actually. She didn't return any emails to Chuck Grassley, the councilman, the guy in charge of the... It's so funny how politicians in other states, we get their names all wrong. Like, it's Dianne Feinstein, right? Everybody here in the Bay Area knows Dianne Feinstein. But in other parts of the country, is it Feinstein? What? But yeah, so... not de Blasio, that's the mayor of New York. Oh, that part. He's the mayor of
New York City!
No, Blase, whatever. So she didn't return any emails. And then finally, late last night, apparently, she said, or through her lawyer, said, "Look, you've got these, I think there needs to be more FBI investigation of all this. Where's the FBI in all this?" Now, the FBI says they already investigated the background of Brett Kavanaugh, and this never came up. But the professor is saying, "Oh, no, this happened." Well, she does say that it happened, but she doesn't remember where it happened, or what town it happened in, what house it happened in, or when exactly it happened. She doesn't know the year. This is a fact. She's very unspecific about that. She just knows it happened. So this is the big question on everyone's head, as you probably, if you've immersed yourself in media in the past 24 hours, is that the Republicans are saying, well, we're going to have the hearing on Monday. If she shows up, that's great. She can give her side of the story. If she doesn't, fine. And Grassley, Grass on Fire, he says, no, we're not going to do any more FBI investigation. That's it. Besides, the whole FBI thing, you asking that just says that you're a Democrat and you want to postpone Kavanaugh being confirmed. and I call him Kavanaugh because there was a guy I knew in high school named Jim Kavanaugh. So it's Kavanaugh. But yeah, so, you Democrats, you just want to postpone this thing, blah, blah, blah. The point is, she should be able to say, she's an American, she should be able to say what happened. If there's any politicalness in all of this, that sucks. That pisses me off. I don't like that. I don't like any side pulling this crap. I hate that. If she specifically is saying that, no, I want my justice done as a legal American citizen, and I deserve that, and I deserve to have this investigated, because I am an American. I completely get that. And then there's the whole specter of the Me Too movement, and the whole, it's a guy who's all of his friends, all of the supporters that he has, Kavanaugh, his family, they're being dragged through the mud. Is this some random accusation that has no merit? Merrick Garland, how come he wasn't confirmed? It all comes back to that. Merrick Garland. That was the guy Obama picked. He was perfect for the Supreme Court. Who knows? The thing is, and somebody brought this, so Michael Medved. Oh my God. I used to like Michael Medved, and he just PO'd me off. Did I say that correctly? I think I did. Maybe a little bit off, but... where's my Archer?
Phrasing.
Thank you. The thing is that he said, Michael Medved actually defended the action that took place, the whole... a guy laying on top of a woman at a party. He's like, so who hasn't done something like that? He basically said that, Michael Medved. And I was, what? Say what? And... say what? And Michael Medved is usually he's pretty logical in his reasoning. Like, you can kind of follow his train of thought, even if you're not a Republican, and you go, okay, I kind of see where he's coming from, because like he had problems with Trump in the beginning because he's an arch conservative. Michael Medved is, and he was like, well, Trump doesn't believe this, Trump doesn't believe that. But the fact that Michael Medved immediately defended Brett Kavanaugh, would not even listen to the story of Professor Blasey Ford, and just... and he still, to this day, I heard his show yesterday, he was, no, this is all a ploy from the Democrats, from Kamala Harris. I could not think of Kamala Harris's name yesterday. Kamala Harris. Do you know Kamala Harris is potentially going to be our next president? I know. I don't know. I've not heard her speak. Obama speaking last week, just on what he said about Trump. This show is so political today. About, Trump being, what's that? Not even, all he has to say is Nazis are bad. What's so hard about that? It's like what Obama was saying. That was a great line. I don't know if Kamala Harris can do that. But
I appreciate that.
You're welcome, sir. But we'll see. I got faith in Kamala. In fact, I have dedicated a part of my foot to Kamala Harris. It's actually my toe. It's my Kamala toe. And I'm dedicated that part of my foot to her. And I hope that she doesn't let me down, because that toe means a lot to me. What I'm saying is, and there's a big no there. If we could get that no, I don't know where anything is.
No, God!
That's where it is. As we go outside a cafe anyway, where we bring you Mike's Daily Podcast, somewhere in Podcaster Valley. Why did Google just dismiss, hand out of fist, out of mouth, out of...
Great googly movie.
Just dismissed the hearing last week? Was that the hearing last week where they were supposed to show up? They wanted Facebook, Google, and Twitter to show up. And Google said, no, we're not going to show up. I mean, basically, didn't they just break the law? Aren't they... isn't the government supposed to come after Google at this point because they didn't show up? I think they were talking about the security and about Russia and the issue we have with Russia, and that the fact that,
President Putin was extremely strong and powerful.
Our voting machines. NPR had a story this morning about the voting machines in a lot of states, Maryland specifically was the one they were talking about, are connected, financially connected to a Russian oligarch. Now, they didn't say who that specific Russian oligarch was, but doesn't that make you feel good? I'm going to sing the Volga Boatman song. Does anyone know that one? Volga Boat... Is that how you say it? The Volga Boatman? Burt Reynolds apparently tormented Sally Field mercilessly. I think that's inexcusable. Sally Field is a wonderful, fantastic person. She played Mary Lincoln, Abraham Lincoln's wife. It was Mary, right? She played her, even though the person she was portraying was much, much younger than Sally Field's age at the time. But Steven Spielberg said, you can be, you're perfect for that. And I think, and I was telling my lovely lady friend this last night, that they knew each other, Spielberg and Sally Field knew each other from the TV days, because Spielberg directed a lot of TV. I wonder if he met her back then. But Sally Field, in fact, back in those TV days, got a Emmy for Sybil, the movie she did. And apparently she couldn't be there to accept the award because she was off at some location shooting with Burt Reynolds. Burt Reynolds was directing a movie that everyone forgot called The End, where I think he's dying of cancer. And it was supposed to be his big movie, and I think it bombed. I think they showed it on TV a couple of times. I may have caught some of that. And it was wonderful. And then maybe I'm not the biggest Burt Reynolds fan I thought I was. But apparently he used to just cut her down, and she finally had enough, and I think they were married for a year or two. But Sally Field, Gidget, the Flying Nun, she broke out of those horrible TV shows. Well, I don't know if they're bad. Gidget looked somewhat interesting. Wasn't she on the beach a lot? Beaches are good. That's my point. And nuns flying, that's awesome. They should all be flying around. Nuns. That way, they don't have to drive. They can just fly to their next appointment. My point is, Burt Reynolds shouldn't have done that. And Sally Field said, she didn't say this specifically, but she said, I'm kind of glad he's dead, because then me coming out with this book won't hurt him. Yeah. It's, in some ways, she's right. But my point is that the people that worked on the TV show Doctor Who, and I'll end with this thought, as I mentioned on the Monday show, they had horrible teeth back in the 70s and 80s. Okay, in some of they didn't make any. They made one Doctor Who in the 90s. It was people working on the older people of that ilk, of that part of British TV, BBC. They just didn't care about their teeth. And you see them on these documentaries on YouTube, which I love to watch on the weekends. And this one guy, I swear, he didn't have a tooth. In his mouth, it was a pig hoof. A pig's hoof was his tooth. He's like, yeah, we had a tough time getting the London fog to move along the countryside. I've got a pig hoof as a tooth in my mouth. Next show, we're going to have the wonderful Benita, the Disgruntled Fiddle Player, and the Brewmaster. Enjoy the podcast picture of the wonderful Basil the Boxer, and please enjoy your day. If you didn't like this show, well, then my name is Joe Rogan, and I hope you enjoyed this wonderful podcast.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST.com. Email Mike now at MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Bye!